Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of my game dev diary for this roguelike project. Last video I talked a lot about the coding I had done, so gonna try and carry on with it's similar code, but this time we're going to be looking at spawning in some spikes. So I've created an actor. Again, the sprites are from Oryx Design Labs sprite pack. So these are going to be the spikes. I'm going to try and spawn them in the same sort of way that we spawned in the barrels. So we go to our S2D2. Probably should think of a better name for this behavior, but sort of call it at the minute. We're going to call this bit probably environment spawning. So it won't just be spikes, I think it'll also be rocks and, well, what else is there? Rocks. Probably like pits. I don't know if you can fall into the pits, but I think they may kind of break up the room a wee bit. So we'll see how this goes. So comment, and this is where we're going to put it. So it needs to be in this loop here. So comment environment spawning. Please don't freeze. Please don't crash. That's okay. So, and then I've copied the bit of code we need. And the bit of code we need is just simply this part here. So from here just down to this bit. So it's just copied what's in here. So it's exactly the same part as the item spawning. Or the barrel / crate spawning. Put that there. And we don't want spikes in every room, so I might add a bit of code. So between, say we want spikes in half the rooms, so we'll say set random number between 1 and, well we'll keep it 1 and 6. Well, 1 and 5. And then we'll say if the random number is less than 3, so that means if it's 3, 4, or 5, it won't do this bit of code. So sometimes you just don't want rooms to have all the same kind of spikes and want to kind of make a bit of variety. So it might be the way it ends up doing, because we'll have rocks and pits, but at the minute we'll do it this way, so we just have spikes, because the rocks and probably the pits will come after we get the monsters in, because I want to kind of get the game like a demo up so people can play it and see how it feels before I start making the actual dungeons any more complex. So if random number is less than 3, that's not where you were meant to go. The thing is it's starting to get a bit, hopefully it's not dropping the frame rate of the recording, but it's starting to get a bit laggy moving code about, because there's just so much code in this. So I don't know of a better way at the minute to break it up in stencil, so I might have to see if I can find a good way of breaking the code up into different sections, so it's more easier to manipulate and add to. Hopefully there might be like an option to do simple mode or cut down the graphics of the way it looks. And we want the copy this code in here. Well, we don't want any more than 3, so we'll set this to 4 and we'll set this to 6. So if item number is this, repeat item number is current loop plus, well, we need to know how many items there are up here, so we need to set create an attribute called item number saver, and we'll go okay. So we set item number saver. Well, you're not an actor for one, so that was a bit silly, so we need to remove this. So remove, and then add an attribute that is a number. Did I not remove you? Has stencil frozen? I think it has. Please work. There we go. Just save games because I don't want to do what I've already done. So add attribute, and it'll be a number. Item number saver hidden. Okay. So what we do is then go to the palette, set item number saver to 0 to start off with, and then we add 1 to it each time. Come on, there we go. Problem is, going to have to copy this in for the rest of the dungeon lists as well, so I might do that not in a video because it's getting quite laggy. So we need to set item number saver to, hopefully you can do it this way in stencil rather than just incrementing it. We can just add reference itself and say add 1. I know you can do that in other coding languages, so that means you start off as 0. No, that's right, yeah. And then I'll go down here. And then item number should equal, sorry for the sniffles again, I've still got a last bits of a cold, so bear with me on that. So set, still need it here. And we need the +1, and then we can say set the item number to that. So we'll copy this and we'll paste this in there, and then add current loop number. No, it's not current loop number, it's just item number as number. So let's take that out. Please stop being so slow. What happened? I are confused. Why are you so slow? Yeah, gotcha. Might do this. That's what I should do. I break it up according to each list. So rather than have the 5 lists in one file, I'll have the 5 lists in 5 files. So just have 5 different events for each list, because this one's for dungeon list 1, so it should make it dramatically less slow. Mightn't actually need this for the spikes, but we'll see. And it needs between 13 and 14 for spikes. So we'll need to figure out, well, I'm going to have to create a spreadsheet, I think, with all these numbers and what they mean. But we can do that in the Google documents. And then we'll move this in a bit. Well, we'll keep it. We'll move these 270. We'll say 200. Is that right? Yeah, and then we'll say y is less than 80. Okay, there. I'll leave that the way it is at the minute, and we will then go into item spawner, and then we need an otherwise if. And if item is less than or equal to 14, oopsies, there we go. If it's less than 14, then probably do exactly the same thing, but instead of create barrel, it'll be create spikes. And spikes should be about here. Cool. I think that's about it. I think we might be able to give that a run. And it'll only be created for the first dungeon list spikes, but we'll see. And we need to like sort out what happens when spikes and the player hit, and also when spikes and pots hit and stuff. So there's a lot of things we need to mess about with, but there are spikes now in the dungeon that we can hit against the wall and move, but there we go. I wonder why that one's in the wall, but we have one in the wall anyway. Cool. I think I'm going to change the background tiles color, so I'll leave the spikes. It might be a bit hard to see at the minute, but we'll leave them the way it is at the minute. So what's up next? Well, we need to make sure the spikes can't be moved and that they hurt the player once it hits. And then we need to figure out what to do when stuff spawns on top of stuff. So well, I wonder why that one was spawned in the wall. That was kind of really strange. Bet you it's because I changed this here. What is it? 223 80. What did I change up here? Oh, it's down here. If is greater than 200. And 190. Maybe it's just that the barrels, are they in a... No, they're actors. Physics. Cannot move. Collision. Why can the spikes... Let's kind of look at that again. Just wanted to work out why that spike was spawned in the wall. It's a bit weird. Oh, that's good. I like the way those are spawning. And there's none in here. It's the way it should be. Spikes shouldn't be in every room. So happy enough with that. Let's go seeing the spikes are in the same position. That's good. Just need to figure out why that was down on the tiles. Oh, what's here? Warning, behavior does not barrel behavior. Okay. Aha. Yes. Because it'll be spike behavior for spikes. Rather than barrel behavior, so I'll need to create a spike behavior. But we don't really need to tell the spikes what type they are, because you're not going to be able to destroy the spikes. I don't know, we're just going to have to say what type they are. So yeah, we'll think about that a bit more. So I'll need to copy that down into the other dungeon lists. Well, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. Got the spikes spawning, as you can see one more time, into the dungeon at random places. So going to then tidy it up so they can get spawned into all the dungeon lists. And tidy up the code a bit more so it's not quite as laggy as well. So I'll break up the... why have we no screen? We now have a black screen. Why was that? Oh, we opened 2 instances. That wasn't good. So, can't remember what I was waffling on about there. But we'll get the spikes kind of tidied up, hurting you. Trying to make sure that pots and spikes can't spawn on top of each other. Can you push a spike on top of a barrel? So I like to try. I don't know how I'm going to be able to do that. I should be able to push this up. You can. I need to figure a way to make sure that stuff can't spawn on top of each other, and I'm sure there's an easy way of doing it. Because at the minute I've got these pots and stuff can't move, but that means I think they can't. If they do spawn on top of each other, then they just stay spawned on top of each other, which is not what we want. So a couple of loose ends really to tie up at the minute with the spikes and the barrels, but once we get those loose ends tied up, then it's on to the monster generation, and then we're not too far away from getting a demo up that you should be able to play. So as always, any suggestions, please leave them in the comments. Until next time, see ya.